Yeah. 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 Woo! Woohoo! We're gonna live forever!
Popping bottles in
Episode
the club
30,
tonight.
2021. This is gonna be the year of our lives, and we're drinking up tonight because it's drunk movie episode. We're pulling shots, turning up, and we're claiming, we're slamming, we're flipping, we're slamming. Welcome back to Stacked episode 30.
Holy shit, we're at 30!
30 episodes. That's right. And we got a very, very fun, very special episode for everyone today. It is movies to watch while you're drunk. Now, if you haven't already noticed, the boys and I, Brandon, Chris, we're already giggling. We're a little tipsy. We thought we'd celebrate for this monumentous occasion. I know I was a little drunk the last episode because I was celebrating the end of the year. And now I'm celebrating the beginning of the year. But nothing matters because years don't matter. Time is irrelevant and things will always stay shitty in society. Anyways.
It's December 38th.
What?
It's December 38th, 2020.
Bullshit, dude. I check my calendar. It is. No, but now it is. Now we are in 2021. Dude, September.
That's such a good meme.
September 10th, 2021. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
9, 10. What's 9 plus 10? 21. That's going to be a fucking good day. You know what I'm saying?
So it's February 1st, 2020.
21.
January
21?
1st.
Yeah, because it's 2/1/21.
2/1/21.
2/1/21.
We're going to celebrate.
Do we have an episode coming out that day?
Check the calendar.
No, that's a fucking Monday. Who gives a shit?
Okay.
All right.
21 movies.
21. Okay, yes. Today's episode is we have come together to recommend to you all, the masses, what are the best movies to watch drunk. Twisted, blasted, shit-faced. What are some other words?
Gangulad.
Fucked.
Gangulad, fucked. If you're fucked, you're straight up fucked, then...
This is an explicit episode already.
Oh, yeah.
We're
going to have some great hits.
all of our episodes explicit on Spotify, by the way. Because we do
This is our 21
say fuck.
or
21.
older
21.
podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, 21 or older. Look at those nipples that I just put on screen. Just kidding.
Yeah. Also, can we just celebrate? This is episode 30, you guys.
Yeah, we've done 30 of these. That's insane.
Technically, we've done
this shit
31 of these.
In June.
This show was an international recording for a while.
You started this shit in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Now look where we are. We're back on. Not you, Brandon. You're still, but you're coming to Orange. But
Yeah.
we're still gonna quarantine because things are pretty fucked in SoCal right now, to say the least.
Yeah.
But so we're still gonna
Not
be
for me.
recording. Not for me, because he's got the antibodies. Fuck off. Anyways,
I lived, bitch.
I know. And what did you do because you've lived? Brandon,
went
tell
to
us what
see
you
him.
did.
Oh, yeah,
I
your
went-
adventure.
I went to see a movie in the theaters for the first time because I tested negative, and I discussed it with my doctors, and they were like, listen, you're not contagious, even if you're positive, and if you're negative, you are good to go anywhere for the next 2 to 3 months because you have the antibodies built up, and COVID antibodies don't last as long as like the cold or flu. But I went to see a movie in the theaters, so I went to see News of the World starring Tom Hanks, which is a Western, and the experience was kind of godly, I gotta say.
Because Tom Hanks is fucking
God.
godliness.
No, I just think it's because I missed the experience of seeing a movie in theaters with like people I didn't know. You know what I mean?
I do.
Like,
I get that.
And it because like it's such a unique thing, like a community thing that I've been missing for so long. Because like outside of our friend group and my family, I haven't really been hanging out with anybody. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's
I know what you mean.
so when it came to actually like going to something like that, it just felt like life was back to normal for a second, even though I was wearing a mask the whole time in the theater. But
No,
it was a good movie.
You had your feet up. You took your shoes off. You were smoking on a cigar like Robert De Niro in that one movie. What's the
In
movie where
Cape
he's
Fear, is it?
Cape Fear. He's
Yeah.
like, no COVID for me.
Already had it.
I already had it. He's got
Yeah.
them antibodies. Yeah, I'm jealous. Fuck it, man. Like, what's gonna happen? You know, who knows? When am I gonna go to the theater again? Who knows?
Never.
But that doesn't matter right now because today, like we said, we're talking about the best movies to watch while you're drunk, which we are all obviously drunk right now. Boys, how did you decipher what is a good movie to watch drunk? Like, this was probably the hardest episode for me,
Right.
honestly, in terms of picks, because unlike a movie that you watch while high, like that movie you can sort of, like for those movies you can sort of pay attention to things, you know,
Mhm.
and find greater meaning out of stuff.
Yeah.
But when you're watching a movie drunk, you kind of need someone to hold your hand, you know, because you're kind of just, you're all over the place, you know? So
Yeah.
for me, at least, I'm like, it's gotta be a simple movie, one. Two, it's gotta be a movie that you can just have a complete blast in and like have fun with. And three, like, I think it's gotta be funny, you know, because like a movie or funny or like super high spectacle. Because when you're drunk, like funny stuff and stuff that blows your mind is like the best. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's because your senses are so, I don't know, depreciated to the sense like that you're like,
depreciated.
yeah, you know, deprecated to the point. No, is that not the right word?
Depleted.
Depleted. Thank you. To the point where
Depleted.
Depreciated. They're not
To the point-
appreciated. They're depreciated.
it's so depleted that like you can't really like comprehend what's happening, and everything blows your mind, even like the simplest things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. And it's also got to be in movies like if you black out, you know, it's okay.
If you black out and wake up in the third act, then you haven't missed anything, right?
Yeah, you're still gonna like, it's like Norbit.
It's like Norbit.
Yeah, I would know a thing or two about that experience. You guys know the story if you've been
Yeah.
tuning in for the last couple episodes, but oh man, that's crazy. But anyway,
It's-
Oh,
but
love
yeah,
it.
for
What
me,
about you?
like I think like kind of, so I would imagine like, you know, if you were high, I feel like mesmerizing and like kind of awe-inspiring stuff is good. That's my kind of thing. I would imagine like, you know, mesmerizing stuff being very satisfying, you know, when you're high. But when you're drunk, I feel like for me, I need like something like more dumb, a little bit more like, you know, just like have fun with it. Just go with it, having fun and enjoy. And like, you know, if it's a crappy movie, like that's okay. Like, because you're there just for the entertainment value, nothing. And at least for me, that's the way it is. So a lot of mine are very fun, enjoyable movies. I think that's kind of the key. Like, just pick something that's enjoyable and that's a good time.
So you picked Gummo, Salo, and Climax, right?
Yeah, I think those are pretty like. Anyway, so that's our final stack, everybody. So
Thanks for listening. No. So that's how we figured out things. Let's get into the picks themselves. Let me just run down the rules as best I can.
good luck.
Once a week, we set a topic or theme and go our separate ways to construct our own 3-film stack. Then after a week, we come back here on the podcast and share our own stacks one film at a time. Then at the end of the show, we will mix and match our 9 films to make the ultimate decision on what quintessential 3-film stack we are checking out of this hypothetical video score, baby. I did it! One shot!
Dude.
Woohoo!
I gotta give you props. That like I know that takes effort, and I can see that it took effort on your face. You look like you're sweating a little bit.
The font on my screen right now, I had to like zoom it in 3 times so I knew exactly where I was.
Ethan, why'd you use Herculaneum?
I did. This is Arial, I think. Yeah, Arial font.
No,
not your
no.
bullshit tier
You're
list.
using
your third
Milo.
grade fonts.
Milo. If you're listening, he's using Herculaneum for.
I'm not. I will put up a screenshot right now.
Nah, Ethan used word art on
No!
that rainbow thing. You know what I'm saying?
Can't believe you two. This
The
is
Bubblehead
betrayal.
movie.
Okay,
Let's get into it.
let's get into it. I'm going first.
No.
God damn it. With my first movie. Okay, my first movie is directed by a man named J. Michael Long. And you know who wrote this movie? Michael J. Long. It's a 2015 documentary. It's called A Race of Giants. Now, this movie is about a conspiracy theory that long ago giants used to roam the earth, and
No.
up until the Revolutionary War, they were thought to be just mere legends. But apparently George Washington and his men, while they were fighting off the British, they discovered in the mounds of the East Coast, the hills, are actually burial sites for giants who are apparently not as giant as we thought. They were like only 7 feet tall, according to the documentary. But
Brandon could slap a giant in that world. Do you realize that? Boom.
they kept saying like these giants, but they're only 7 feet tall. I'm like, there's people still on Earth that are 7 feet tall. What the fuck? But I guess they had big skulls. But this movie is fucking hilarious. If you like conspiracy theory documentaries, it shows like it only has 3 or 4 images that it just keeps showing over and over again. Like this painting of a dude looking at a giant skeleton, like some hills, and they're like, giants are buried here. These are real giants. But I watched this with the Monkey Time crew. At least we attempted to. And then I went back to it later, a little tipsy, and I don't know, delving into bullshit conspiracy theories and stuff like that, like the birds aren't real. Like that's a legitimate conspiracy theory that people think.
Like, what, people think they're like drones or something?
I don't know, something like that. That and like chemtrails and shit like that. Like it's just hilarious to me. Like we still have to watch the Flat Earther documentary. I really want to watch
Oh,
that.
yeah.
On the Curve. But that just sort of stuff, like you need to have an intoxicated brain to sort of understand that kind of stuff, you know? Yeah, so that's my first film, A Race of Giants. What do you guys think of A Race of Giants?
I was not at all expecting you to give us a fucking documentary. I've never watched a documentary like Intoxicated at all. I always feel like they're so formal. But now that you say it, like I can so imagine like delving into a doc, while drunk. Like that's interesting. I never thought of it.
Things are usually a lot more interesting when you're drunk. You know?
No, they're
especially
not.
stupid things.
No, they're
Like
not.
Yeah.
believing that giants used to roam the earth and were
Incorrect.
discovered during the Revolutionary War, you know?
Incorrect.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you believe in this stuff, Brandon? I'm sorry.
Listen. I
Yeah.
think there are certain documentaries that need to be high energy in order to be included on this list. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah.
High
So Brandon
energy?
thinks it's a little too. He needs a little more excitement.
I
guess
need
is what
more
he's trying to
kick,
say.
you know?
Brandon,
He's
giants used to roam the earth. Is that not earth shattering to you? That
No,
giant
because
people
I
used
am
to
a
live on
giant
the
in this
earth.
case. If that is the case, I am a
7
giant.
foot tall giants. Come on, that's high energy.
Give
just by
me
how
Ken Burns
stupid it
Civil
is.
War over that, you know? what I
Ken
mean?
Burns Civil War.
What?
Why would you watch Ken Burns Civil War while you're drunk?
Because then you feel like the soldiers and the you really immerse yourself in that world, you know?
I don't know if your drunk is not the same as my drunk. I don't get immersed.
You're
in
like,
the
they're
world.
coming to saw our legs off, you know what I mean? Amputation.
What? That's
we
that's
gotta
what the
find our
South
brothers
did.
tomorrow.
When they
Nom,
captured the
nom.
North, they saw their legs off. Okay. Oh, God. All right. Yeah, that's my first stupid pick.
Okay.
Brandon,
Yeah.
take us into your first movie that's best watching Intoxicated.
Well, you know, sometimes you gotta watch movies that are bad,
Oh yeah.
you know, when
I
you're
get
drunk.
that.
Cause,
yes,
because
like
they're
A
more
Race of
enjoyable.
Giants.
right, and when I was growing up, there was this movie that I really enjoyed and since have come to dislike, but have also since come to appreciate, when I have been legally allowed to drink. And that is a movie by Dennis Dugan,
No.
our man. 2010's Grown Ups. It's happening, boys.
I can't believe Brandon just put one of their movies on this list.
Before Chris, Brandon mentioned Grown Ups.
Oh
Chris,
my
that was
God.
your mission to
Ugh.
Failed.
do
You
picks
failed.
of the Grown Ups cast, but Brandon just fucked you over.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, tell us about this movie, Brandon.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a movie about a bunch of friends hanging out, getting drunk, hanging out over summertime with their kids. You gotta love it, right?
Yeah.
You gotta love their little dichotomy, their split. How these characters operate together and the jokes. I want to get chocolate wasted. When you're drunk, that's funnier than anything.
When you're drunk, that's the number one ranked thing that is hilarious.
I want to get chocolate wasted.
I mean,
But it's not even a
there's so many
joke
exaggerated senses of humor that when you turn your brain off and really enjoy Dennis Dugan's way of directing slapstick humor.
I guess that really does speak to what Dennis Dugan.
When
As
Kevin
an artist.
James goes on the rope swing into the lake, there's nothing better. You know what I'm saying?
No. There's something better in that movie. It's the water slide scenes in that movie. Crazy shit, man. Crazy. That is king shit.
I guess that is the reason. I guess that is the reason that the poster is them on the water slides.
Whoa.
Yes.
I have seen this movie too many times that I'd like to admit. When
Yeah.
I was in middle school, I went to a sleepover, and we probably watched this movie 3 times over that sleepover because we thought it was so funny. When they started making fun of Rob Schneider whenever he said maze, remember? They always pulled back that joke, and we bring it in maze, and we were like, we were 12 years old, It was that movie and White Chicks that we kept watching over and over.
Wait.
again. That
wait.
Now I have realized those movies are
So
absolutely.
you just proceeded
so
into
true.
your 12-year-old body when you get drunk. So it's the same experience. You know what I mean?
Ethan,
You might
can I just point out something real quick?
Yeah.
So Brandon prefaced picking this movie by saying sometimes you gotta watch a bad movie. But the thing is, he gave this movie 3 stars, which is pretty good.
Absolutely.
Brandon gave. Wait, did you give the second one no stars?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That movie unfunny.
You
I
don't
watched
think the
that
Shaq
movie.
joke was pretty good?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
Shaq!
pretty sure I watched that movie intoxicated for the first time and I did not like it. So that's a bad sign. But this
That's
movie,
interesting.
yeah, this
But
movie is
this movie,
classic.
though? Classic.
Every kid has seen this movie.
It was
Am I
it
wrong?
was an event. I
It
remember
was
when
an
the
Avengers
movie-
Endgame
Grown-Ups
level
was a
event.
big thing, yeah. Everyone wanted to go see it.
It kind of was like Endgame because it was the Adam Sandler friends are now all finally in starring roles together in this film. I remember when I went to the movie theaters, they had banners. It was
Yeah, it's like their
Adam Sandler
faces.
on his own giant poster. Kevin
Chris Rock.
James, Chris Rock, Rob Schneider, David Spade. They were all together over on my movie theater. I was like, whoa, they're
Yeah.
all there.
This
Because you
was
always view
pre-Avengers,
them
though.
separately, but
This
you know
movie
they're friends.
inspired Avengers.
In a way, it did. It
It
brought
kinda
together,
is.
yeah. They set up a
Because
franchise in a
They
way.
would all be in little roles in their own films, Like Adam Sandler would be in Zookeeper.
The Water Boy.
Yeah, and he'd also be in The Animal. Rob
Yeah.
Schneider would be in I've Now Pronounced You Chuck and Larry and stuff like that. But this time they were all together in leading roles. This movie's amazing. We gotta watch it again.
Yeah, so that's my first pick.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, my turn.
Go into your first movie.
Well, Brandon, I'm really glad you picked this because
Grown Ups 2, baby.
no. it is a movie contained within that like group of friends. One of them is starring in this movie.
Oh,
Like Brandon, you know how you said like you gotta watch crap movies sometimes, but you gave it a 3 because it's still okay. Like it's still pretty good. But for me, the same thing kind of happened where I thought this was a bad movie, but then I remembered this is actually a really good movie, as well as being really dumb and really funny. It's a 2006 film directed by Frank Karachi. You already know I'm bringing it back. It's Click. Come on.
what? No!
Come on.
Click returns.
Yeah, this is how Click returns.
I still haven't seen Click since the last time we watched it for time travel.
The fucking like the shit he does in this movie is fucking incredible when you're like really out of it. So like, can you imagine how like crazy it would be like just to visualize all the stuff that he's doing? Him like like the visual stuff he does, or like when he changes the color or the aspect ratio. But then like what if when he like reverses time and stuff? Like that's incredibly like fucking crazy, but also it's a really funny movie, at least in my opinion. Like, they have some really great jokes with I don't know, not coming to mind right now.
Then it's stupid. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I fucking hate this movie.
I've seen this film.
What do you think, Brandon? Come on.
I will admit that when he's manipulating time, that very much feels like how I feel when I'm intoxicated.
When you're manipulating time?
Yeah, when
Brandon has the remote. Get him.
I am Tenet. I am the protagonist. I'm the protagonist. But like that like way of like you're like, yep, I believe this. I believe every second of what's happening right now. And the jokes are made funnier by the fact that you're under the influence of something. And when you take that, right, and you put it in a movie, and like he uses the remote to pause time, it's like the world around you freezes for a second because you're inhabiting that earth, that world.
Yeah.
That you're on. You know what I mean?
It's enworlding.
It's really enworlding.
Yeah.
Enworlding.
Professor Fury. Shout out.
All I gotta say is I watched a video.
But it's not better than Grown Ups.
It's not better than Grown Ups. I watched a video that states that Adam Sandler in this movie is the most powerful fictional character of all time. No other character who manipulates time manipulates it like Adam Sandler in this movie. No character has a greater grasp. Not even JoJo characters. There are JoJo characters who are extremely powerful and broken, who are able to predict the future and then go back in time, erase time, and then kill people. But even Adam Sandler in this movie can stop that because of this remote.
Well, see, there are 3 characters that are more powerful than him in this movie.
You think there are 3 more characters more powerful?
Yes.
His wife and kids?
No, not in his movie. I mean in cinema.
Well, who are they?
One Punch Man.
Nope.
Against Saitama. Yes.
No.
Because he can beat people with one punch.
But Adam Sandler can just rewind.
Shaggy in Scooby-Doo.
No, that's a meme.
When he's over 9,000. No, it's real.
You're just being a meme troll lord right now.
And then Adam Sandler in Bedtime Stories.
What? No!
He couldn't even control that one.
Exactly. That's how powerful it was. He couldn't control it.
If he could, then maybe you had an argument. But bullshit.
Aha.
All right, Click returns.
Yep. Click. God, I don't know. I don't think there's anything else to say. I mean, like, I got it all like covered in my original thing, but
it's a different experience when you're watching.
It really is. I think it's just I don't know. It just enhances it and brings something new to the table.
Right.
That's one way to put it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my pick for number 1.
All right, number 1, Click. Let's go on to round number 2 for my second pick. It is, I think, the king of dumb movies in Hollywood that are also good. I'm now getting into movies that are getting better and better. So this is just a dumb fun movie that's also pretty good. of course, that king that I'm referring to is the king of the monsters, Godzilla. I'm not talking about 2019's King of the Monsters. I'm talking about 2004's Godzilla Final Wars. Now,
No.
this is what I'm talking about. Don't fucking
Oh,
debate me on this. This is the movie I
I'm gonna
chose.
gaslight you.
What? Why?
Haha, it's the wrong Godzilla movie.
Shut up. This movie I chose, Godzilla Final Wars. So basically what the premise is that the planet Earth finally seals away Godzilla and ice thanks to these aliens that come to help him. But then you realize that the aliens that come to help him aren't the best people, and they're actually here to take over the Earth. So they manipulated the humans and think that they're good by sealing away Godzilla, but then they start taking over the Earth. So then the Earth is like, ah, shit. You know what we have to do? We have to awaken up Godzilla. And guess what Godzilla has to do? He has to fight almost every single one of his enemies from all the past movies to defeat these aliens.
So it's like a video game.
It's basically a video game where you're just watching for, how long is this movie? 2 hours. You're watching Godzilla fight through all of his past enemies. You know, you got King Ghidorah, you got Mecha King Ghidorah, you got Gigan, you got Anguirus, you got Mothra, you got Rodan. All these guys are in it. More guys. There's like the spider. There's even that stupid spider from Son of Godzilla shows up, and you're like, why is this guy here? But then Godzilla does away with him. You have the Godzilla from the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie show up in this.
What?
And
What?
he's killed in like 2 seconds. The aliens summon this Zilla. They just call him Zilla, but it's the Godzilla from that 90s movie by Roland Emmerich. He runs at Godzilla, and Godzilla swipes him with his tail. He falls into the Sydney Opera House, and Godzilla blows him up immediately. And then the Japanese people are like, wow, that Godzilla really sucked. And I'm like, true. But
I mean,
if you're just watching, if you want to look for like a mindless movie that is just so insane, I bet you could make a great drinking game out of this movie. You know, just like all the Godzilla tropes are in this one. It's fun as hell. Like all the action set pieces are brilliantly choreographed and captured. You know, yeah, this one is a blast. I know both of you haven't even seen this one because you haven't really dived too much into Godzilla as much as I have, but I would definitely recommend this one as a cornerstone because they thought this was going to be the last Godzilla movie for a while, Toho. So they're like, fuck it. Let's just pull out all the bars we can, you know, and let's just make the most batshit crazy Godzilla movie we could. What do you guys think?
sounds like a good documentary.
But like, no, Ethan, like you're right. Like I genuinely like understand like how just like insanity
Yeah.
is just so interesting when you're drunk. Because it just, you have such a new perspective, when you're drunk. You just have a much bigger like sense of things, I suppose.
Right.
So yeah, like I can so imagine this movie being like just so much fun and like very digestible, when you are intoxicated, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's like you're watching a WWE, like WrestleMania, where all these monsters are different wrestlers. Like, oh shit, here comes this guy into the ring, and you're just like, yeah, let's go. And it's so fucking entertaining.
It looks like they shot with fucking people in bodysuits.
They did. Some are CGI though, and the CGI is pretty bad because it's 2004. It doesn't look like the modern Godzilla that we know today. So, but most of them are in suits, and it's pretty cool.
It's kind of weird for a movie post 2000 to wear suits.
That's true. Did you know they actually Shin Godzilla was a suit, but it's motion capture. Like they built the suit for it, but then they put VFX over the suit, which I think is
that's
stupid.
kind of epic.
It's kind of epic, but it's also kind of like, why just use the suit? Anyways, all right, that's my second film. Brandon, go into your number 2.
Ah, yes, my number 2. 1996. We love him. We've talked about him before on the podcast.
Oh.
It's Peter Jackson.
Oh,
We're talking about The Frighteners.
What?
I've heard of this movie.
Ah, man.
What
We were
did
going to
you-
watch this movie on Halloween, but we never did.
You know why?
Why?
Oh.
Oh,
Cough.
dude.
Cough.
But here's what happens. I watched this movie. I'm not expecting much. It's a Michael J. Fox movie, right?
He's in it?
This movie,
Hmm.
yeah, he's the lead.
Oh.
And this is a movie about a guy who's a medium who can like essentially solve ghost crimes.
Ghost crimes.
Well,
Ghostly
technically,
crimes.
he's trying to make a living in the world because he sees all these ghosts. He's like Haley Joel Osment, right? He can see
Uh-huh.
these dead people.
Ooh.
And what happens is he cons people into going into his ghost service in order to, I don't know, make a living. But somebody finds out about this gift of his and doesn't like it, you know, and is like, this guy's a con man. And there's this evil like serial killer subplot that's really cool, and it's super crazy. And much like Godzilla Final Wars, it's a movie that is just so insane with its comedy and its horror elements
Right.
that it really like when you're under the influence, like takes you to another level. It makes you
Mhm.
laugh because like there's a character in it played by one of the guys who I think Jeffrey DeMunn, who was on The Walking Dead, who is absolutely insane in this movie. You will learn about him soon, I promise.
What? What does that mean? What does
Yes.
that mean?
We're watching it right now, baby. Pause the podcast.
Wow, that was a crazy movie, Brandon. Holy shit!
Wow, what a crazy freaking movie. Anyways.
But then not only that, but like it's a movie you can follow, but like you don't have to follow. It's one that you can watch in either state of mind and really enjoy it for what it is.
right.
It's funny. I just really enjoy this film.
Oh. Well, I literally know nothing about it besides the poster with like that monster like coming through the wall. Is that
Whoa.
yeah, I've been trying to keep as blind about it as possible, so I'm glad you talked about it on the drunk episode, so I'll probably forget the stuff by the morning. So, because yeah, I remember you and Joey both were like, you gotta see this movie, it's fun as hell. So hey, maybe we should do it for a movie night, you know what I'm saying?
Right now,
Is that on a streaming service?
it's on
That we could-
HBO Max.
And that means we can watch party. Turn it up! Alright, Chris, what do you think about The Frighteners?
I mean, like, my impression of any of the like films that Peter Jackson did before he did Lord of the Rings is the movie Brain Dead. So when I hear like, early I almost said Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson.
Peter
Percy
Jackson.
Jackson. Those Percy Jackson movies, the only two they made, are the shit.
Logan Lerman, right actor, wrong
Logan
time. Am I
Lerman.
right, guys?
Anyway, sorry. I forgot what I was saying.
Frighteners.
You were talking about early
Percy
Yes.
Jackson movies are crazy.
Yeah, so like I always thought like, now that I only know about of Brain Dead, my expectations for all of the films that happened before he did Lord of the Rings are like through the roof now. So like I think like they could be, I just think he has such a creative mind,
Yeah.
So,
Some
films
would say
like this
demented.
that even before he did Lord of the Rings, like them potentially even still being impressive given the lower budget. Like, I don't know. That sounds really interesting. And like, we should actually watch this sometime.
Yeah. I'm so down to watch it.
Uh-huh.
We've been planning to do it. Let's do it. Okay, Chris, go into your number 2, baby.
All right. Well,
Baby, go.
you guys, I don't know if you were expected this from any of us. I think maybe Ethan's next pick might be it, but you might never have thought that a superhero movie would be really fun.
Oh, no.
Now- Oh, well, the movie that I decided to choose, pure entertainment, crazy visuals, maybe some fun, just some insanity for a
Yeah.
little while. I think sounds like fun. So I chose a Joel Schumacher film, Batman and Robin.
No,
no.
not again.
Both of your movies are movies that we've already talked about. Let's talk
Yep.
about it again. Batman and Robin. Yeah, we talked this on Guilty Pleasures.
Yes.
What's a better movie to watch drunk than a guilty pleasure? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And
Batman
just like,
Forever.
God. I just I don't know. Like, well, yeah, the movie's insane. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger as fucking what's his name? Mr. Frost.
Mr.
Something.
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze. Are you kidding me? He's like one of the best
Mr.
Batman
Frost.
I know.
Mr.
I
Jack
love
Frost.
this. I don't know. I'm drunk.
villains.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
The shit.
Batman, you know the one, Batman and Robin. It's
Yeah.
very colorful. It's got nipples on the suit. Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Bane.
Quote unquote Bane.
Bane, yeah. He's just like random big hunky muscle man that's just in a Bane costume.
Yeah.
The Bane costume's really good, but he's a horrible character, you know? I kind of want to see a new Bane with like the wrestling mask, you know? I think
How do you feel about
what Nolan did for the Dark Knight
yeah.
Rises is kind of cool,
About that.
but you're like, that's not Bane though, you know? That's
Mm.
a British guy trying to be Bane. I want like Mexican Bane. Or I don't think he's from Mexico. Maybe I think he's from like southern Mexico, somewhere South American
Hola.
Bane, who is in a prison and is like a mastermind. Read every book in the prison and knows how to outsmart Batman, but is also super fucking strong. That's the Bane I want to see. Not what? Oh wait, let's talk about Bane. George Clooney, back credit card.
Nonsense.
Dude, that the bidding war between him and Robin's like, okay, Robin, how are you gonna afford any of this shit? You even have a house,
Back credit card.
but like, it's just like, and it's like, oh, doesn't he say like what you don't? It's like 7 million. It's like you don't have 7 million. I'll borrow it from you. I don't know. It's just like it's such a crazy movie. It's a very horny movie too.
a very horny movie too. I mean, yeah. People have come to analyze Joel Schumacher's like films as very
People have come.
because he was gay, you know.
Was, yeah. R.I.P.
They've come to analyze his films as pieces of like queer cinema, you know, and it's
Queer
very
icon.
interesting.
Mhm.
And I
Bane
don't
is
think
a queer icon in this.
who
Bane.
Bane.
Yeah.
What? We're not talking about Bane. We're talking
No, we're talking about Bane. Fuck that Bane.
oh, balls.
Alicia
Anyway.
Silverstone is Batgirl.
This
Awful.
really didn't feel like we were dissecting the movie at all. We just
cares?
started talking.
We've already
about
talked about
this.
it. Go watch Guilty
Yeah.
Pleasures.
All right.
Batman
Yeah.
and Robin. Good
Fun
pick.
movie.
Great movie to watch drunk. All right. We're only 38 minutes in. We're already in the final round.
Wait, really? We're going that fast? Why are we going so
No.
fast?
Not even Wensleydale.
Not even Wednesday.
Well, we can just
All
shoot the
let's-
shit at the
let's
end of
put
this
a little
episode.
intermission here, just to like relax everyone until we go
All
to
right.
the last round.
No
Wow.
way.
This is a lot.
I've got a
this
dentist
is a lot more
appointment
entertaining
tomorrow.
to do. Intoxicated.
Wow, movies are so much more fun intoxicated. Who knew? Brandon.
What? It's your turn.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
Yes, dude. And that is the movie I'm picking for my third film, the
That
21
one?
video on YouTube. No.
Oh, I thought there was that movie.
I was like, we're going
21
back in?
With, I thought that was I have a
We're
dentist
taking
appointment
we're
tomorrow.
taking a little breather to catch
Nobody?
up with our listeners right now. How you doing, listeners? How's your Friday? If you're listening on the Friday, you better be listening on Friday, because that's when stacks come out.
Hi, Mom.
Let
I
us
hope
know.
you're not disappointed.
Let us know if it's a good video. If it's not a good video, leave a dislike. Send some hate mail. I'll leave Brandon's address below.
No,
Again.
stop it. I can't. My mom got COVID
Because of our hate mail?
It came in the mail.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
Let's get into this final round.
All right, let's do it.
okay.
With me.
Papa.
So one thing that I've noticed, I didn't talk about this at the beginning about movies watching drunk that you watch drunk. Sort of a genre, like very relaxing movies are like kind of the best when you're like coming down from being drunk. You know what I'm saying? When you're sobering up.
No.
Because when I got drunk last night, yeah, I think I got drunk last night. Yes, I did. because of, everything that's going on. We're recording this on Thursday the 7th. Y'all know what happened on January 6th. What the fuck?
That's one way to put it.
So I ended the night. I wanted to watch a Ghibli movie when I was drunk, and those are surprisingly relaxing. But I'm not choosing a Ghibli movie for this one. I'm choosing a Jacques Tati film. It is 1967's Playtime. Yes. And let me tell you why this is a great movie to watch drunk. What is the funniest form of comedy when you're drunk?
The party scene in Playtime.
But I was just gonna say slapstick. Slapstick is so funny when you're drunk. Do you all agree?
Well, yes, because your primal instincts
Chris,
are the only
you're
ones
muted.
available.
What are you doing?
Pause the podcast. We gotta watch like a Charlie Chaplin movie now.
No. All right, we'll be right back. We're gonna go
Intermission.
watch Gold Rush. Hold on a second.
All right, so what do you guys
we're
think of
back.
that movie?
What
do you guys think?
Rush, 0 stars. Charlie Chaplin has a Hitler mustache. Moving on.
Canceled.
No, Playtime is really
Yes.
good because not only is it insane, it lets you breathe because Jacques Tati's films are very spaced. You watch Monsieur Hulot, his saga of Monsieur Hulot, as he goes through the modern world and industry. There's no really score to this film. It's just him walking around these office buildings, fucking up with his modern technology and vacuums and stuff like that. He's really good at physical comedy. Up there with the greats of the 20s. I'm talking Chaplin. I'm talking Laurel and Hardy. What's the other guy's name?
Oh, you gotta cut that, Ethan. You have to cut
flipping
that.
Yeah.
Oh my
What
god.
happened? I don't even remember. Oh, Buster Keaton.
Buster Keaton and all those guys. Jacques Tati is up there because you see the text.
Brandon can't believe it.
He was so good in that movie.
Look at him.
Jacques Tati is up there because he knows how to play completely unaware, but also so aware of human emotions, even though he's not aware of the changes of the modern world. And Brandon knows that the final scene of this film is just batshit crazy. It's a nightclub that Monsieur Hulot goes to, and everyone is drunk at that nightclub, so it just gets torn to shreds. There's a great joke where the glass door breaks, but the doorman's super drunk, and he has to pretend that the glass door is still there, so no people from the outside world come in and ruin this party.
Wreak havoc.
So he holds the doorknob to this invisible door and pretends to open it for people. And it's just so good. It's such a wholesome movie, and you just kind of need something like this after a long night of partying and you're about to go to bed. And something like this is just great. Brandon, what do you think?
I do not like the first half of this movie.
You are stupid.
Incorrect.
Leave the podcast.
Okay.
Ethan has now fired both me and Brandon once at some point.
He's a megalomaniac.
I'm freaking psycho. I can fire you whenever I want. I own this podcast.
I wonder what you did yesterday. What did you do yesterday, Ethan?
I freaking own you. You are a hillbilly, Brandon. I live in a fucking penthouse. I make
You
$2
were
million
Joker on
a
Capitol
year.
Hill, weren't you? Piece of shit.
I have sex
outta here.
every single night. You are a hillbilly. You are a fucking hillbilly. I own you.
Really,
Oh my
but really, the last 40 minutes
seriously.
of Playtime are amazing.
What the fuck
Yes.
is going on?
Playtime is
Chris, do you even know who Jacques Tati is? Have you seen any of his movies?
No.
Okay, good. Moving on.
the last 40 minutes are the funniest thing I have ever seen in cinema.
Yes, they're very funny. Very funny.
Every joke hits.
Every joke hits. Brandon,
Ha.
tell us your third movie.
Well, just like you, I decided to do it.
Like me? Are
Yeah.
you freaking kidding me? You poser.
Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up.
I decided to do a movie for when you're on the come down, but you're still experiencing the symptoms.
Come down.
So the 2013 film, directed by Edgar Wright, this is The World's End.
Ah, yes.
A
Lots of drinking in that
Mm.
movie.
Oh yeah.
Well, It's a drinking movie. They're drunk. You're drunk. It doesn't matter. These people go on a pub crawl and there's an alien invasion. That's literally all you need to know. It's a
Literally all
movie
you
that you can enjoy for, for the humor, but also enjoy for the story, so that when you're coming out of it, you're like, that was so meaningful to me. I adore that movie. It made me chuckle. It made me it made me
Chuckle.
cry.
It made me chuckle. I'm chuckling right now.
But yeah, it's just when you're coming out of it, guys. When you're coming out of it, The World's End is an amazing film.
I was gonna pick this movie, but I decided not to. I don't know why. But yeah, you're right. This is a great movie to watch drunk because you can make a great drinking game by participating with Simon Pegg and
The
his
fellas.
friends. Yeah,
Hmm.
not Nick Frost because he drinks water in this movie. Lame-o.
Which is awesome. They switch roles. Like usually Simon Pegg's the straight man.
That's right. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Chris?
Yeah.
Have you
What?
seen it?
What do you want from me? Fuck you.
He forgets he's on the podcast. He forgot he was on the podcast. Dude was like looking through it.
I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out for the last like 5 minutes.
The World's End. Have you seen it? What do you
Yes.
think of it?
Yeah. I have seen it. It's a really funny movie. It's any of the Cornetto trilogy are like fantastic, and like just like I totally get like watching them like doing what you're doing, which is drinking. Like there's something really funny about that while you're drunk.
It's
Yeah.
a communal experience.
Yeah, you really feel like you're maybe engrossed in it. You're like doing what they do. It's like
In
I don't know,
World
like yeah, you're engrossed in.
Practicing
Cheers!
alcoholism.
We should make that a drinking game with all movies we ever see. If you become enworlded, you have to take a shot.
If you're in World, then you have to.
Can
pop
you
an
be
ecstasy.
enworlded more than once in a film?
No.
Potentially.
Maybe.
For me, it's like
What
I was
about
brought into the movie and I'm never leaving.
the City of 1,000 Planets? That has many worlds in it.
Well, I've never been there,
Loser.
so I've never seen that film. Almost.
Okay. Cool. Great. Chris.
Oh, final one. It's falling on me.
Oh,
So-
this is a mess. This was such a bad idea. But this episode's coming out whether we like it or not. Get ready.
All right. Well, we're gonna round it out with I think this is a very fun movie. Just an enjoyable
Yes.
final little thing, and it's a 2013 film directed by a director that I think the three of us all love.
Paul King.
2013, Guillermo del Toro's Pacific Rim.
Oh my god. Chris.
Yeah, Pacific Rim. This movie kicks it's
we
so
never
much
talked
fun,
about-
but still has like some character and charm and like world, like such a sense of the world to it. I think like it's just so much fun, and the way that like the mechs like fighting the monsters, the beautiful scenery and everything is it's really awe-inspiring. So yeah, this movie, like, I can totally see why this would be so much fun to watch while drunk.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, this would be. I really want to revisit this movie after watching Neon Genesis Evangelion because that it is a big inspiration on at least like the world building that Guillermo del Toro does here. You know, Brandon?
Yeah. Charlie
sort of
getting
got
the
the
robot.
drift.
Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam's kind of a Shinji character. No.
Get in the robot.
Get in the
there's
fucking
totally
robot, Charlie
inspiration.
No, but Guillermo del Toro sort of takes like this cerebral element from Evangelion where the pilots sort of connect to their robots of their mind, and he takes that by saying, no, people have to connect with another pilot to pilot this giant robot. And I think the relationship between Mako and Charlie Hunnam's character is a great. Acting's not that good, but it doesn't matter because this movie's not like This isn't a performance movie, you know.
What?
You're
Ron
coming
Perlman
here
and
for the spectacle.
Charlie Day? Come on.
Charlie Day
Idris
is
Elba?
great.
We are canceling the apocalypse.
Idris Elba, dude.
Yeah.
When they fight in Hong Kong in this movie against,
Oh my god.
they
yes.
use the boat sword, and then when he punches and it goes to all those buildings and it just knocks that what's that? Those balls?
like yeah, like
Those
the
Newton
it's
cradles.
The
yeah.
Newton cradle.
Einstein's cradle. That's what it's called.
Newton's cradle.
Newton's cradle.
Einstein's.
Who cares? When he
I,
punches
Einstein's
that
cradle.
thing-
I got one of those.
You're just like, this is the coolest shit ever. Guillermo del Toro makes you really feel the weight of these robots when they're charging up punches and shit. It's something you don't really see in Evangelion because you're like, oh,
It's animated.
these are animated and like there's something else to these giant robots, you know, that makes sense of why they're not so clunky. You know what I'm saying, Brandon?
Yeah.
A little more organic, if you will. You know?
I am not going to say what it is
Okay.
because I don't want to spoil.
Anyways, back to Pacific Rim. I love that it makes you feel the weight of these giant robots. I think one of my only complaints is like they look kind of stupid in the piloting. I think I would have preferred it if it was like Evangelion where they're sitting in a seat and they're like moving it, but they're like, "Boo, I'm on a elliptical machine" or something like that, you know?
It just feels really clunky and weird.
At least in the piloting, but the robots fighting the monster scenes are great. This is
Uh-huh.
probably my second favorite Guillermo del Toro movie.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Shape of Water is still my favorite, but just how he's able to capture the energy of a mecha anime and translate it into live action it's never been done before, and it's
Uh-huh.
only been done once. This film, Pacific
And
Rim
never will.
Uprising, is hot garbage. I hate that movie because
Okay.
because it looks like a fucking PS3 video game. You know, it's
We like that though.
I like
It doesn't
PS3
feel
video games.
grounded.
It doesn't feel
Yeah.
grounded. you
I never
know?
watched it.
I saw it in theaters by myself, and there was like nobody else in the theater. I'm just like, oh, this is awful.
I saw.
John Boyega wasn't even good in that movie, and it's fucking John Boyega. Like, what the fuck?
He's great.
He's great, but it was a disaster. But at least the first one's still good. You can just ignore the second one, and this one's still
What?
great on its own.
I think you're right
Yeah,
because I haven't watched this movie since like 2015,
really.
so it's been a while.
What are you doing, Chris? Are you dancing?
No.
Yeah, you are.
You are. Stop lying.
He's doing.
Stop lying to
waves.
our audience.
Don't lie, Chris. We have to build a strict bond with our audience. You can't.
This
lie.
is a sacred place.
This is sacred grounds. These stack podcasts. You can't alien our audience by lying. Okay.
Alienate.
I swore off lying in 2021. Did you know that? I will not lie. Ask me any question. I will not lie.
We're not going to ask him any questions on this
Okay.
podcast.
Just let everyone know.
Uh,
Anything that I say
awkward.
from now on will never be a lie. I'm always
So-
telling the truth.
Actually, this movie is underrated.
It is extremely underrated.
I remember seeing it and being really disappointed the first time, and then I bought the Blu-ray for Christmas, or I got it for Christmas, and I watched it, and I watched all the special features, and I was like, damn, this movie's actually better than I thought it was.
It's pretty good.
And the visual effects are great. What Guillermo del Toro meant by everything was great, and honestly, I just want to give it another shot because it's a westernized version of manga and anime, and
Yeah.
I don't think I had that context before because I had only seen like 2 Ghibli films
Oh,
when
you know
that
what'd be-
movie came out.
You know, it'd be a great double feature. This Pacific Rim and Scott Pilgrim would be so good together.
Too stimulating.
I want to be stimulated.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. Kimochiraru. You know what I'm saying?
Nani?
Oh my god.
Okay. What a great pick for the final.
For the final, huh?
That's the last movie we're talking about today. Sorry, Brandon. Now, before we get into this final stack of the best movies to watch drunk, let's run down the films we have picked. Starting with me. My first film is A Race of Giants. Extremely a popular film. Almost iconic. Second film, Godzilla Final Wars. And our third film, Jacques Tati's Playtime. What is he doing? What is he doing? Brandon, what's your stack?
Huh? Okay.
Huh?
Grown-ups,
Grown-ups.
Frighteners, and The World's End.
Okay.
And mine were Batman and Robin,
No,
Pacific Rim,
you missed one. Click.
and Click.
You
I did it out of order.
did
Sorry.
our order. You troll. You're trolling our audience. I said no more lies.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Final stack time.
Okay.
From
Let me.
Grown-ups. Come on.
Grown-ups has got to be on.
I think Pacific Rim needs to be on there.
Pacific Rim is
No. You're right.
And then
We gotta have one
let's-
mecha.
Can we do Playtime for our cool off movie? Because
Yeah.
it's a very wholesome film to end it.
Grown
but
up
it's still
Pacific
very
Rim.
funny. And
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna be going at the end of that movie. They go home from the party.
yes, and it's just like you when you're drunk and you're going home. Even though you're probably already at home watching these movies, you're going to bed.
See, then you should start with Pacific Rim because as the end of that movie goes into insanity visually,
no.
then you need to be in it, you know. But the middle movie, Grown Ups, you gotta be gone.
You gotta be gone. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Woo!
Cool.
Epic gamer time.
Look at that. How is it that when the drunk movie episode is like when we were like is the easiest to pick the final stack? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not a belligerent man when I'm like this.
I am not a belligerent man. Is that a quote from J. Edgar? I think it is.
I almost chose that. But then you guys said no movies about seriousness, and I'm like, but alcohol.
Okay.
No.
Can you tell us what movies you were going to pick?
The Lost Weekend, Grown Ups,
Okay.
and The World's End were honestly my 3 movies.
So the Lost
Lost-
Weekend was the only one
Yeah.
that was dropped?
Yeah, exactly. That
Okay.
and Another Round, but I changed my mind on Another Round.
That's 4
yesterday.
movies.
Shut up.
You can't pick 4 movies.
I know.
You're a troll, you're a
Something
liar,
had to-
you're a coward.
Somebody gotta give.
Somebody gotta give. That's the slogan of this episode. Somebody gotta give.
Okay.
All right, let's run down our final stack for
I'm hungry.
Stack's official best movies to watch drunk final stack for our 30th episode, our 30th anniversary. Guys, I can't
We're
believe we've
married.
been going at this for 30 years, only releasing 1 episode a year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's been amazing doing this with you two, coming back every year to talk about 3 movies. This is an awful bit. Let's get into the final stack, starting with Brandon. No,
Huh?
with Chris.
No.
Gotcha. Fuck you.
Our
Pranked.
first film.
Listen,
is
it couldn't have been a drunk movie episode without a little prank. So, Chris, go.
2013 Guillermo del Toro film Pacific Rim. Just like the craziest film about giant robots, monsters, alternate dimensions, and so visually stimulating. It's just a great way to get started. Brandon,
Brandon,
Yeah.
you're number 2.
I am
yours.
Go.
My number 2.
You're number 2.
Our number-
Our number 2, motherfucker. Say your
Well, it
list.
was also- You gotta be gone when you watch it. We're talking about 2010's Grown Ups. This is a movie for children and for a movie for
Why?
women.
Why are you? Why are you Midwestern?
And a movie for when you are pushed back to childhood by the liquids that be.
The liquids?
That be?
Exactly. We're being cryptic. We're
I
using
forgot
the
that's
synonym.
what Brandon calls alcohol. He's like,
We're using
here
the
are my
thesaurus this
liquids that
episode.
be. Let us toast
Thesaurus.
to grown-ups.
And it's gonna be good when you watch it because you're gonna laugh and you're gonna be gone. It's fun. Have
You're
a time.
gonna laugh. You're gonna be gone. And to wrap up this drunk movie stack is Jacques Tati's classic comedy Playtime. You know, it's when you've let out all your craziness with these past 2 films and you just want to watch this middle-aged man fall over vacuums and technology and then have a crazy party at the end of the film and go home satisfied with, although it's a changing world, it's a great world.
And
And that's our final
That is-
stack.
But
Now,
before we
before
go,
we end the episode, I'd like to bring on a special guest to talk about a very special sponsored drink for this show.
Craig is
Yeah.
not recording. Craig and Yark aren't recording.
Oh shit. Okay, wait. Yeah, don't come on.
Hold on.
Wait. Tori, record yourself. Record
Yeah.
yourself. I
For-
can
for the-
sync this.
For the audiences that
Record yourself on your phone.
don't know, Tori's actually listening to our episode
She's been here
live
the
right
entire
now.
time.
yes, for real, woman,
And
get in here.
She has something she wants to say, but
Okay.
our recorders
Yes.
left that building, so now we're just waiting for Tori
Okay.
to do her thing.
What
So
the
before
fuck
this
do you
episode started,
want?
Tori, before this episode started, you pitched a new Stacked sponsored drink. Now, tell us about the drink and how to make it.
All right.
We gotta have a graphic
For all
this.
those
Slap it on the screen.
Hello, fellas. I believe we need an official stacked cocktail. Something that
Yes.
features the colors of the logo you guys have going. We got the yellow. We got the blue.
Yes.
We got the blockbuster vibes.
Uh-huh.
I pitch the stacked sunrise.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
So
Tell us
everyone
what's
go
in
get
it.
your cocktail shaker, go get it, get some ice, throw it
Yes.
in there. Open up the top. You're gonna
Shake
open
it up.
some orange juice and or pineapple juice. Throw some
Okay.
of that in there.
Yeah.
1 ounce blue curacao. You can get
One.
it at your local Bevmo. Throw that in there. We got the yellow, we got the blue now, right? Now we add the alcohol on top. This is your choice. White
Yeah.
rum, fucking tequila,
Vodka.
vodka. You feeling crazy? Throw in some whiskey.
Ooh.
Pop
Black
the
feather
top
whiskey.
on, shake it up, pour it over ice, drink
Yes.
up, baby.
And
This
then
is only for viewers
take-
who are 21 and over.
take a DVD of Grown Ups, cut it, and put it on the side of the glass like they do with orange slices. Drink up.
Just do that with all 3 movies. Do it,
Has anyone ever done that? Where like, instead of an orange slice, they put a DVD?
Probably a little unsavory, but
We should
that's
make
it.
that. We should really make
No.
that one time, and maybe we'll put it on
With the
Twitter.
DVD.
I can make it right
Yeah.
now.
The Stacked Sunrise. Really?
Hell yeah. Got a full
Live
bar
on
next
air.
room.
You got the Grown Ups DVD?
Oh.
Oh, you can't make it then.
You can't.
I got it. Let me bring it over. I got it.
Brandon's coming over.
I got the Blu-ray.
Okay. And with that
Alright.
drink recipe concludes this very special episode of Stacked. Thank you all for putting up with us for 30 more episodes. 30 more, just 30 episodes. I don't know why I said 30 more. Expect 30 more, maybe, until we all hate each other and go our separate ways, which is probably
We
coming
need to
soon.
get to 100 to tell your story.
But before we got to get to 100, so I hope you guys are okay with that. Yeah, thanks for all for listening. Let us know in the comments what are your favorite movies to watch drunk. Everyone has a different movie. When I was going through research, everyone had their own different movies on Reddit and stuff like that. So let us know what your favorite movie is to watch drunk, because everybody gets drunk every once in a while. It's just something we can't avoid.
It's just everybody poops,
Everybody poops, everyone gets drunk. And that'll do it for this episode, everybody. Thank you all so much for listening. And get the fuck out of my face. That's how we're ending.
Huh?
Palms up.
Duh, duh, duh.